Yes, brothers and sisters, lovers, haters, boys, girls and vibrations. Hope everybody's well on this wonderful weekend. Now, I've just read a comment not long ago that reminded us of another couple of comments that I read last week asking about, how do you take punches in the ring, and do punches hurt during a fight, and how painful is it, being punched all that amount of times in the face during a fight. And I thought it'd make for some good content because it's something I've never really talked about. Now, for me, and I'm sure most fighters can agree, head punches do not hurt during a fight. There's no pain, it's not like a pain like, say if you take your two fingers now and nip the inside of your leg, quite hard. It rather stings a little bit. There's not even that sort of pain. There's no pain whatsoever for me during a fight. You've got that much adrenaline coursing through your veins and your body's that well conditioned and you're that focused on the job in hand. You don't feel it whatsoever. You don't feel pain whatsoever. You certainly know when you've been hit really hard. It's like somebody taking a photo of you with the flash on in the dark. You get this big flash. Your senses are momentarily scrambled. Your vision can go sort of momentarily blurry. And your ears can ring like a real high-pitched ring in your ears. And when you've been hit very hard, and you're not far away from being unconscious, which I've took a lot of them type of punches during fights, you get like a metallic taste at the back of your throat, what we call the black smell. It's a peculiar taste at the back of your throat, and you get like a peculiar smell. It's quite hard to verbalise, but that's the best I can, way I can describe it. A metallic taste and a funny smell, what we call the black smell. And that's when you're only a punch away from being, probably one or two shots away from being unconscious. You see, but every man bears a chin, and other people's ability to take punches are better than others. Some people have a higher punch tolerance than others. And I can certainly take punches. But like I said, every man bears a chin. And for me, I build up my punch tolerance, in training camp through full sparring. As long as you're taking punches, not intentionally, I never advise anybody to intentionally take a punch or get punched on purpose, But when you're sparring lads that's good enough to catch you in full sparring, you see, that builds your punch tolerance. As long as you're not getting knocked out and you're not enduring a concussion, then your punch tolerance will build, your conditioning will build. But saying that again, every man bears a chin. And you see, at my age, I'm probably only one bad knockout away from losing my ability to take punches. You see it many, many times. If you suffer a bad knockout and a bad concussion, your chin will never be the same. You will not be able to take the punishment that you were able to take before that knockout or that concussion. The ability to soak up the power that you once were able to take. It's removed. It's taken away. Every man bears a chin. And every man in the universe can be knocked out. Every single fighting man on the planet can be knocked out. But some take punches better than others. Now, body shots. Body shots are a completely different gravy. You see, there's a lot of sensitive areas in your body, and let's say, like, if you get hit in the floating rib, if you get hit in the floating rib, that like compresses the air at the base of your lungs, and if you get hit hard enough, you'll probably be on the floor, long enough that you won't be able to beat a 10 count. You get winded, is the common phrase. You get winded and it's hard to catch your breath. Now, the two most sensitive areas in the body for taking punches by far are the liver. Now, the liver is a large organ and it's at the centre of your blood flow system. And the liver, essentially, it's an organ, but it's technically like a big gland, and it's very sensitive, and if you receive a punch in the liver at even half power, chances are you're going to be on your knees for about 20 to 30 seconds. There's no conceivable way you're going to be able to beat a 10 count after you've been hit with a good liver punch. And the same goes for your solar plexus. Now your solar plexus is based here, right at the base of your stomach, and there's an incredible amount of nerve endings on your solar plexus, and the solar plexus is the tip of the hypersympathetic nervous system, and that's all connected, you know, through like your, you know, your neurochemistry. It's all connected, you know, and you know when you're scared, you know, when you've got that fear, or when, let's say, when you're guilty, or you've got like a lot of anticipation or anxiety and that, and you get that feeling at the pit of your stomach, that's your hypersympathetic nervous system. And it's got all kind of uses, you know, gives you fear and can help produce adrenaline, fight or flight, you know, and it's got a lot of uses. But if you take a good punch in the solar plexus, it completely incapacitates you. You know, it's excruciating pain, as is a liver punch, as is a punch in the floating rib. You know, the pain is excruciating. And I don't care what sort of levels of adrenaline you've got coursing through your veins. I don't care what physical condition you're in. I don't care how tough you are, how much you can fight. It doesn't matter. You know, if you're a human being of any caliber, size or stature, and you receive a good punch in the solar plexus or the floating rib or the liver for that matter, you will be on your knees for a long time, you know, and you will not be able to beat a 10 count. You know, so that's the big difference between body punches and head punches. I'd much rather take 20 bombs to the face than take one good body punch, because, you know, chances are you're not going to get up and you're going to be conscious whilst you're going through the pain. You know, now I've been put down with many body shots during sparring, but I've been fortunate enough never to have been put down with a body shot during a fight, you know, touch wood. But there you go, that's the difference between being punched in the head and being punched in the body during a fight. Thank you everybody for listening. Goodbye for now. God bless.